Hello, chicken nuggets. How's it going, guys? Welcome. Oh, I'm sorry, Rue. I'm sorry. Welcome back. Welcome back to the studio. Yeah. How's it going, guys? This is Rue. Hi, baby Rue. Did I steal your seat? I'm sorry, honey. There we go. I'm sorry. But it's potty time, you know? Well, not that kind of potty. The potty. What's up, guys? Oh my gosh. Welcome back. I did my hair today for you guys because it was so nasty, and I remember last time I'm like, yeah, it looks fine, it looks like a blowout. How am I talking about hygiene and my hair looks like that, sis? Go wash it, go do something to it. Not that it wasn't dirty, but it's like, girl, if you're gonna be given hygiene tips, look like a clean girl. I promise I am, but like, at least look like one. But it's okay, I was just kind of lazy, and even clean girls don't want to put in effort sometimes. So today I thought I'd overcompensate. Ooh, those were my knees. Overcompensate by doing my hair. I have not done my hair like this in years. Like, I've stayed away, I'm trying not to flash you guys. I've stayed away from, I mean, is that allowed? Like, I have boobs, like that's, you don't see anything, so it should be allowed. It's my anatomy. I can't help it. And they're really tiny. It's just when I bend over, they look like they're not tiny. I don't even know what I was saying. But anyways, yeah, hair's done. Oh, I was staying away from heatless stuff because, you know, I wanted my hair healthy and long and curly naturally. And now that I've bleached it and put pink in it, it's not natural and beautiful and long and it's curly. But yeah, I might just do this. So if you see me pop off on the podcast with this type of hair, it took me 20 minutes to do, and on third dirty hair day. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna be doing from moving on from now, if I am not too lazy to. And the outfit, I'm wearing this really cute one piece from Winners. Winners, my girl, Old Navy. And this was thrifted. So it's like a cute little cardigan. It is inside out. Usually this part is supposed to be in the back, but like, ain't nobody seeing my back. Anyways, let's move on. Let's actually get started. Hello, chicken nuggets. Oh, nuggets. How's it hanging, my sweets? My sweet little chicken nuggies. Today, y'all ain't just protein. Y'all are some carbs too, because you're so sweet. I love you guys. Yeah, I don't think I say that enough. I mean, I do. I say it all the time. But I don't think I'd actually sit down and thank you guys. Sorry, I just needed to catch my breath and get comfy. I just feel like there's a lot happening on one side of the screen. You know what? It's fine. It's whatever. I'm not getting up again to fix my camera. The camera's fine. I just think it's really busy on the right side of frame. But I don't think you guys care, do you? No. I mean, hopefully you don't. But, yeah. I just kind of wanted to thank you guys for listening and growing this small little podcast, which is not so small anymore. We are so close. So freaking close to monetizing this. And, like, you guys are literally making my dreams come true. Just listening to me. Just giving me that validation. liking, subscribing, sharing it with people, like commenting, whether it be like on whatever platform you're listening to this as a podcast whole, or even just seeing it as on the shorts. Like, Jesus, thank you. Like, I'm gonna be living out my dreams pretty soon because of you guys. So how can I not thank you? You know, I mean, small steps, right? Like, I'm not saying that in a few months I'm gonna get like 1 million subscribers. I mean, hey, anything is possible. If you guys can get me there, wow. Oh my gosh. I owe my life to you. I mean, I still do, nonetheless, but it's just, yeah. That's definitely the dream, and I don't mind waiting around, you know. Patience is the word of the year. And I guess that's a great segue to today's episode. You know, when you're just waiting it out, you're just waiting for something good to happen. You're just like, oh, I'm stuck in limbo. I'm like, I feel stuck in my life. Like, I want something good or even bad. No, nobody wants anything bad to happen, but like something to happen, you know? Like, we all have those stagnant kind of eras in our life. And, you know, I've been through them a lot. And I've learned 3 key things that I kind of wanted to show you guys. I do have notes. Remember when I used to make notes? She's got notes. So, I wrote down 3 things. I'm going to just refer to this. Should I leave it in here? Will that be a distraction? Yes, it will. Okay. I'll just leave it down there. Is that a distraction too? Distraction? Yeah. Yeah, okay. This is great. Hopefully it's not distracting, just like a white piece of paper in frame, you know. Okay. Sorry, there's something in my eye. Ugh. Must be the hair that I curled today. I did my hair for you guys today. Not that, like, I obviously try on the pod. Well, sometimes I try really hard, and other times I don't. When it comes to my image, you know, like what I present myself on that episode that day. Like last week, I talked about hygiene, and I looked like a very unhygienic person. I looked like I didn't even brush my hair, but I did. I just thought to myself, oh, maybe it'll look like a blowout. And then while I'm editing it, I'm like, girl, you look like you haven't washed your hair in days. And I probably didn't, and I just brushed it off. But today, I was going to do similarly, and then I remembered when I was editing, I hated the way my hair looked. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do what I used to do. I'm going to add heat to my hair. I'm going to curl my third or fourth day nasty hair. And we came up with this. Isn't it so cute? I love it. Now I'm like presentable. And I feel so good. I'm like, why am I single? Weird. Anyway, speaking of being single and being stuck in this cycle, let's go to the 3 things that I actually do to feel unstuck. So, the first thing is honestly introspection. Like, you have to have the ability to self-assess and be self-aware. Well, I mean, if you're already feeling like you're stuck and you're in this cycle and it's either the first time or the third time or the 100th time it's happening to you, there is some level of self-awareness that is already there. So you can kind of already check off the first step, which is just like analyzing like what is wrong, you know? And ideally you do want to be writing it down, pen and paper, to really just see it for yourself. And sometimes just like conceptualizing it and realizing like, oh, this isn't actually a bigger problem than I thought it was. It could just be something so minute, but you wouldn't know until you're actually putting it down on paper and really looking for yourself and seeing like, oh, okay, it's not that bad, you know? So that's the first things first. You write it down, and then you create a list of what did I what did I write here? You know, sometimes my handwriting, I'm like, what? Oh, barriers. I'm like, barners? Barriers. Okay. So what are the barriers? Like, what are the things that are keeping you stuck? You know, like, is it school? Is it a job? Is it a relationship? Is it a certain family member? Is it your environment? Is it your own damn self? Because most of the time it is. Is it your fears? Like, there's obviously something that you think is external, that you think is an obstacle to you reaching this next level, you know, or like surpassing this stage of your life. So once you've kind of written it down, you can analyze on it. You can meditate if you'd like to, if you're one of those people that like to meditate. Highly recommend doing that, because meditation isn't necessarily for finding answers, it's for letting go of the answers. So if you have all these like, why is this happening to me? Why me? Why this? Why that? There is no why. I'm about to sound like an absolute hippie, but there is no why. It's just, it is what it is. Just let it be and let it go. Meditation gives you the relief that you need to just calm the thoughts, because that's really what it is. It's just overwhelming thoughts that are popping up into your head and that are distracting you from being in the present. So just meditating, like, you don't care about the questions anymore. It just seems like, oh, that's not an issue right now. So why am I so stressed? There's literally no reason to be stressed about it. That's what's great about meditation. But again, if you don't meditate, that's fine. Just make the list and kind of analyze and ask yourself certain questions. And then also, like, in recognizing that, it's like, oh, okay, if it's my job, let's say, like, I'm going to use me as a perfect example right now. I felt really stuck, and I think I've mentioned that many times on the podcast before, that I feel very stuck, I feel in limbo, I feel unmotivated at times, and it's because I want to get to this next level of my career. I want to make content creation as a full-time job, and I want to stop working at this entry-level job that is so unfulfilling to me. You know, I love my coworkers, like 99.9% of them. And I love the environment. Like, I don't hate my job, my working job, my pay the bills job, but I would love to do what I love and I'm so passionate about full time. And so I felt stuck. And looking at that, it's like, okay, Tina, yes, you've been trying, you've been applying, you've been reaching out, you've been going to interviews, trying to get another job, and you've been rejected multiple times. Why is that? I've kind of come to the conclusion that anytime I'm in an interview and they ask me, do you have any questions? I genuinely don't, but you should be asking questions. I think because for the past few times, I didn't have to. Like, they were just like entry-level jobs. Like, there's not necessarily any questions. And for the past 2 or 3 times, it's like I applied and I instantly got the job. So now that I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum, where it's like I really got to show up for myself, I really got to like impress the people that I'm being interviewed by, I'm not stepping up to that plate, you know? I'm not selling myself. So there we go. There's a solution. Because that's the whole point of like part 1, is trying to find a solution to all these problems. Because you can't just keep saying I'm stuck and not do anything about it. Like, really dive deep, you know? That's the nitty gritty. Like, who knew me feeling unfulfilled was because every time I'm at a job interview, I'm too nonchalant. I'm too like, yeah, I don't really have any questions. I don't really care. Just give me this damn job. I just need money, you know? No, I have to be kind of selling myself and showing them and like, yeah, you know? Y'all get it. And another thing too is I'm also not going in person and introducing myself to the places that I actually want to. Like there's this job. I'll tell you guys about it. I'm really interested. I saw it on Indeed. It's here in this town, and it's for a social media marketing coordinator position. And like, hello, how could that not be perfect for me? I've worked as a coordinator, like in healthcare before, and I do this. I could definitely run and manage a social media account, or a few. Like I'm doing it for myself. And sometimes I doubt myself and think like, oh, maybe I'm not the right person for the job because I haven't found success. But like, come on, sis. You grew your channel of 1 subscriber to almost 400 subscribers now. And you are very consistent with it. You are professional with it. You have a schedule. Like, how am I not a great candidate is the real question, And again, that's something that I realized that I can tweak. Like, those are the things that I can do to actually help me move myself from this stagnant era, is tweaking those things whenever I try to go find a job. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go introduce myself at that firm, because it's a real estate firm agency. And I'm like, I don't really say this. I don't think I've ever told you guys, or not a lot of people know this about me, like not even my close friends, but I love real estate. Like when I'm bored, I go on realtor.ca or .com and I look at homes and I pretend that I'm going to go buy a house, and I fill out the application forms and I find out, like, and I'll do all the calculations, the mortgage calculations. I like try to find the new laws, and like it comes to me in my feed on my social medias. Like, I'm really interested in real estate. It's kind of like I don't even know how to like, I guess like a side quest hobby kind of thing that I really like and don't really share with a lot of people. But yeah, so it's like, oh, what a perfect job opportunity, I'll keep you guys posted if I got it or not. But yeah, I'm excited, and I need to apply right after this episode is done, and then I'm going to go introduce myself. Well, today's family day, so I'm not going to do that today. But I might stop by tomorrow before work, because I believe they open up a little bit earlier. So I'll just go introduce myself, look all cute, presentable, say that I've already applied online. I'm going to be annoying and chase them down. But yeah, it's finding the solution to the problem by analyzing. So that's step 1. Now step number 2. Okay, step number 2 is probably going to be the harder step. It's the only step that's really hard, okay? And this is the implementing, okay? The implementing and the letting go stage. So, you're going to have to start to do the things that you wrote down, that you've analyzed, that you need to do, that you need to tweak. So whether that being you feel stuck with your weight journey, with your health and fitness, whether that be in relationships, whatever it is, those small little tweaks, that goal that you want to get to, and the steps to get there, like if they're kind of blurred, this would be a great kind of solution for you, is to just kind of write it down, see what tweaks need to be made, and then start implementing. Because you could write it down, you could journal all day, you could meditate all day. If you don't actually do the darn thing, the thing ain't gonna work, baby girl, or boy, or cute little human, or chicken nugget. You gotta do it. There's no other option. I know it sucks. But doing the damn thing will
set you free. But you also have to kind of like let go, you know? Don't hold on to that pain because it's obviously painful. Nobody wants to stay stuck. Nobody wants to feel shitty. It's just, you have to let it go, you know? Perfect example. I really wanted to this year, like my mission, well, my mission all of last year and bleeding into this year is not the number one mission, but was to just like let go of that ex crush and just move on, you know, just like feel free and me again. Because we've all been there. We've all been through relationships or situationships, and we just stay stuck in the past, wishful thinking, and unfortunately, did I say that weird? Unfortunately, we need to take control of our lives and not just wait around for someone to possibly want to be with us. You know, that's so unfair. So freaking unfair to us. So my main goal was to just like let that go and find me again, you know, pour back into my cup. Which leads me to step number 3, which is literally pour back into your cup, you know, like not only doing the nitty-gritty things, but pouring into your cup isn't going to be the nitty-gritty things. It's going to be the fun, exciting things. So with every obstacle, you need to have fun with it, okay? Like whether that be your career, your relationships, your friendships, your other relationships with like family members, or like whatever it is that you feel stuck on, your environment. You need to have fun with it, okay? Life isn't just this like serious thing and like, yes, it's serious, of course. We only have this one life. Like we need to live it right and authentically and righteous, you know? But have fun. Like, what? Don't be too serious. Like, it. And plus, if it's not happening, if like everything's really stagnant and boring, what will it hurt to just try to have a little bit of fun in between? You know, like me waiting around for the one to come by, or me waiting for the career to fall into my lap. That's not really gonna happen. Again, small steps will lead there, but like if I'm waiting around for this career thing to happen and for me to like find the one, then I'm gonna have fun in between. I'm gonna go on hikes. I'm gonna do painting time with my friends, you know, or a paint and sip, or a puff puff pass and paint kind of night. You know, whatever it is that sparks joy. It's just like the small things, like go hiking, go swimming, go on a nice walk, take a trip somewhere, get a pet, babysit a pet, or I don't know, like just literally do something fun. And eventually time will pass. You're going to be having fun. You're going to be kind of working on the thing that you need to work to kind of tweak everything that you need to tweak. And the next thing you know, you don't feel stuck anymore. And does that mean that so many things have changed? Not necessarily. I finally don't feel stuck anymore. Has anything changed? Not one single thing has changed. Not one. The only thing that has changed is my perception. And that's kind of the idea of this, is to just change your perspective on life and just get back to gratitude. Get back to the self. Get back to you. Because clearly, if you're feeling unsatisfied, that means that something's not clicking inside of you. There's something that's missing. And there's nothing that's missing. Something external isn't going to fill that void. Never. It's always going to be internal. And I always knew that. And that's why, like, I was just struggling for so long, being like, why am I stuck? Why am I stuck? Why can't I have this thing? Oh, universe, do you just hate me so much? God, I'm trying to talk to you. Talk to me. Give me answers. But, like, the universe did give me answers. God literally said to me, girl, go on a hike. Take a hike. That's what God said to me. And God was right. I took a hike, a few actually. I started pouring back into me. Since the beginning of the year, I've been going ham on my health kick, you know? Like, I've been, and I, like, not for aesthetic reasons at all, you know? Like, that's just a plus. But just feeling good about myself, just being active. Like, I can fully say that I am back to being a very active human being again. You know, like, whether that be going to the gym a few times a week or doing a massive hike up a mountain, you know? Like, even just saying that makes my heart soar. Like, I feel my heart space open up. And that's how I know what I'm saying is just so true. You have to do it for you. Do you for you with you, boo! We all know my mantra, and if you don't, I'll say it again. Do you for you with you. Okay? Like, at the end of the day, I say this all the time. Like, we are with ourselves all the time. We were born with ourselves, and we're gonna die with ourselves. Like, we are the vessel that we need to take care of. And emotionally, if something is missing, it doesn't mean that if something physically will replace it. It means emotionally, we have to repair it. So, yes, these 3 steps might sound silly or, oh my god, so like personal development, so boring, so like psychological help, boring. No, okay? Again, that's why I added the fun part. Like, you have to have fun with it. You can't just be this machine that's trying to like better themselves or be greater for whatever egotistical need we have, you know? Like, that's not how it works. We really just have to listen to ourselves, listen to our desires. That's where it's at, our desires. As weird as that may sound, but give in to the desires. You know, well, hold on. Not every desire, okay? Make sure it's a very healthy desire. If it's something like you want to achieve greatness or ultimate health or, like, you know, just something that's good for you, obviously. Like, don't chase desires that are not good for you or your relationships, you know? Like, gambling, sex, money. Like, you know, money's great, though. Who doesn't want money? But you know what I mean. I don't have to explain it to you. I think you get it. It's just, we always are going to feel stuck sometimes. And I really hope this episode helps someone out there. And if it doesn't help someone, it's going to help me one day. Because hopefully I can look back at this and be like, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm right. Like, that's what I did to feel unstuck. So that's what I need to go and do again. You know, it's, at the end of the day, this is my personal diary. This is my journey that I'm loving to share with you guys. You know, maybe it's a little bit of oversharing, maybe just a little, but it's okay. If it's going to help someone, even just myself and my journey. And like, also I'm documenting my life. I'm documenting the lessons, the wisdom. Are you kidding me? I'm a life path 9, baby. Like, I live for the wisdom, okay? That's what I'm here for. And I'm here to teach you guys. Like, life path 9s are genuinely natural born teachers, you know? Like, we're the advocates. And it doesn't also help that I'm an INFJ, which is literally the advocate. Like, it's funny because for so long I just like didn't understand why I loved personal development, why I love philosophy so much. And like, I was like, really? Like, because, okay, so who really honestly introduced me to this was an old friend of mine and her boyfriend. Because they got into health and fitness and like personal development. And then as soon as they introduced me to this world, I was already kind of spiritual. So like, it just like, my horizons expanded. It was like a whole universe was created at that moment. So, and for so long, I'm like, wow, like, did they really just make me, you know? Like I don't want let them take the credit for it, you know? But I don't think it was. I think they just reintroduced me to something that has always been there truly deep in my heart. And yeah, I love doing this. And I'm an entertainer. That I've always known. Always. If you know me, you'll know me. I'm an entertainer. But yeah, do that. Do those 3 little things. They're not that hard. Do it, okay? It's a lot. Okay. If you really think about it, not doing it is just resisting it, and you're just gonna feel more unstuck. Just think of it that way. It's a do or die, babes. Remember, I'm the sink or swim girl. So, like, you either do it or you don't, and you die. Okay? So just evaluate your life. Write it down. Think. Really, 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 really think of it. Write down the goal and, like, where you want to be and where you're not, and the steps to get there, and, like, the nitty gritty. You know, you're just writing down the nitty gritty. And then step number 2, you're doing the nitty gritty. It's so annoying. I know. Applying for that stupid visa or PR or whatever it is that you're doing. It's annoying. It is. It really is. Saving money so that you can move the fuck out of your parents' house. I know. Oh, you feel so stuck with them, and, like, you can't move on in life. Trust me, you can. Save up that money and get the hell out. You're gonna feel so much better. Trust me. I'm a true testament of that. What else? I'm like trying to think of the possibilities that could be happening in your life. And honestly, it goes for anything. Just go out there and do it. It's going to be so worth it. Maybe not right away, you know? Instant gratification isn't always the best long-term success, right? I think we all kind of know that. But for long-term success, it's the small steps every single day. It's the consistency. So once you have that, and then you're like one step closer to reaching your goal, one step closer to completely changing your life. And then number 3, have fun. Please have fun. I think number 3 is the most important. Like, pour back into yourself. Like, do things that set your soul on fire, baby. Like, don't just, again, the nitty gritty is great. That's what's going to really help you get there. But in the in-between time, so you're not miserable and depressed, you're having fun. Take up tennis, take up pickleball, take up swimming, take up skating. Literally just do something. Honestly, I'm listing out a lot of hobbies because hobbies help us. Hobbies help kind of the boringness go away. The mundane, the same thing every day feelings go away. You know, I used to come home. This was crazy. So this time last year, I would come home from work. I would watch Netflix, smoke some weed, go to bed, wake up, go to work, come home, watch some Netflix, smoke weed, go to bed. Over and over and over again. And I was pissed. I was livid when my old roommate was like, you need hobbies. And she's out here living her life, having her fun little hobbies, having her fun little boo that I'm pretty sure she's going to marry soon. Like, and I was just, not that I was jealous, but I was just like, okay, like, that's easier said than done, sis. Like, I just moved out here. I don't have any friends. You're not a good friend. Like, no offense. Like, I've definitely gone over that whole situation, obviously, and so much love to her, you know, like, I know she's living it up in her new life in New Zealand with her man, and so much love and happiness for her. But, you know, in that moment, I was just like, ugh, how dare she? She doesn't understand. Oh, but she did. She told me the truth, and I didn't like the truth. I didn't like that she told me something that is that is very apparent and lacking in my life. And I also didn't really have hobbies back when I was living with my parents. My parents aren't people who have hobbies. I didn't grow up in a family of like, oh yeah, like each person kind of does, like, no, like what my parents do is exactly what I did last year, was just work, Netflix, sleep. Work, Netflix, sleep. Over and over and over again. And then sometimes in the summer, they do work, like, sleep. Work, like, sleep. And that's what I did too. Like, I thought reading a book by a pretty view was a hobby. It is. It still absolutely is. But, you know, I just, yeah, like, I didn't tap into my potential. And I had so much potential. I didn't even know it. That's crazy. And I can't imagine, like, a year or 5 from now what I'll be doing with my free time. You know? I wonder what type of person I'll evolve to then. Because every decade we change, right? Like, we're completely different people than who we were the decade before. So, I'm excited. I really, truly am. For the first time in a really long time. And oh my gosh. Speaking of being excited for the first time for a very long time. So every Valentine's Day just passed. And every Valentine's Day, I say this with a grin in my face, about to say, like, the saddest thing ever. I would absolutely cry myself to sleep every single time. There was not one Valentine's that I felt loved, except for this Valentine's Day. Simply because I chose to fill my own cup. And I felt the love. Like, love was in the air. Instantly, I woke up. And yes, I do check social media. My bad. I checked social media. And I see almost everyone I know in a relationship. Crazy. Why am I single? Crazy. Anyways. Even though me being single and, like, usually miserable, but I was so the opposite of that. I was just so happy. I so, like, lucky to be alive. So in love with life and myself and, like, everything around me. I love love. I am such a hopeless romantic. I believe love is on its way to me. And I believe it's going to come a lot sooner than I think it will. Because I think I will be single till I'm, like, 50. But it might be sooner. It might be, like, 30 or so. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling good. I'm doing the things that I love. I'm doing the nitty gritties. Sorry, that was so weird. I genuinely saw a little, like, spark on the side. And, like, when I look, it's a picture of me and my roommate. And we're both just smiling. We're just so happy. And that was, like, the weirdest thing ever. Y'all caught that, right? Like, obviously you didn't see the spark, but, like, you caught my reaction. That's really cute. That is adorable. I love life. You see, like, this stuff happens. And my mom said exactly those kind of sparks happened when I was born. And I believe her. I'm a star. But yeah, I just felt in love with life. Again, I just felt so connected to God. And that's what this journey has really done for me. It's just brought me back to me and my spirituality. The thing that makes me, me. And just out of my own goodness of my heart, maybe I shouldn't be spending this money, but I'm like, I need to. I want to. I just felt this, like, desire to go to Dollarama and buy, like, you know, those $1.50 roses. It's just a single rose and it's just chocolate. It's just chocolate at the top, but it's, like, there's like tinfoil, red tinfoil around it, and then like the leaves that are plastic. I think I have it in my room. I still have mine. So I bought 10 because I have 9 coworkers working with me that day, and I kept one for myself. And I felt so good giving it to everyone. I received hugs. And it's just like, I'm spreading the love. Yes, I'm not in a relationship. Yes, I felt stuck because I felt like I needed a relationship to move on in life. But I realize that's not at all. Nothing external will fill that hole other than what I feel for love and life and myself deep in my heart. And yeah, I feel like I've finally like overcome the feeling of feeling stuck. I'm not stuck. I'm just on my journey, and it's taking the time that it needs to, because what is the rush? You know? There's literally no rush. Sure, I would love a rush on like the finance, you know? Give me my bag quick. A girl wants to travel. A girl wants to buy a house. But also, once I'm like financially free, I know I won't be here. You know, I won't be surrounded by these 3 amazing cats that I met because of my roommate, because I can't afford a place of my own. I can't, like, you know, I think there's beauty in the journey. I'm like crying. Why am I crying? I don't know. I have a feeling I'm gonna miss this. I have a feeling I'm gonna like blink. And next thing I know, I'm like married with kids and not young, living my life, hiking, whatever the fuck I want. Like, just, not that I can't do that when I'm older, obviously, but it's just, yeah. You know, like, I love the era that I'm in. I love not having any responsibility other than taking care of myself, my finances, my health, my career. You know, it's just, yeah. It really is the small things in life. And just life building me up, right? I saw this, what was it? Like it was an Instagram reel, but I think it was originally a TikTok or something, of a girl explaining, she talked to AI, ChatGPT, and she asked Chat, hey Chat, if you were a creator of a world or a universe, and there was like a pathway to, I'm trying to remember word per word, but I can't, so I'm just going to kind of reiterate. So basically, she wants to know how would the system be set up for a way that a human could find love? Like, what are some obstacles / challenges that they would need to go through in order to find lasting, fulfilling love in relationships, in like a long-lasting partnership, you know? And they listed off a few things, and those things, and I'm like checking them off and seeing if like I've been through them. And by the end of it, like, I was in tears because I'm like, wow, like I've literally exactly have learned each and every one of those lessons. So it's like, okay, any day now, you know? And the last lesson, I'm getting teary-eyed. And the last lesson was patience. And that really like stood out to me. And I think that's the word for today's episode and the word for the year for me personally. And it's patience. Because you have to learn to just be patient. Again, like stagnation, boring, stuck are all emotions we are going to go through. Like, it's such a human emotion that we all go through, and we feel so alone, but it's far from it. Like, we all go through it in so many different ways, in so many different aspects in our lives. Like, it's like a roller coaster, right? Like, we're gonna have stagnant times, and times where, like, it feels like things are going way too fast, and you're just like, oh my god, I need to hold on. I wish I could just breathe. So I'm just taking in the patient times, and I'm being grateful for it, you know, because maybe one day I'm gonna look back and be like, wow, I wish I had the time to just do this, and that, and I don't anymore, you know. So I'm really enjoying every single aspect. Yeah. Just a girl in love with life again. Signing off on today's episode. I love you guys. Thanks for listening to today's episode. Mwah. Mwah. And mwah. Ciao, ciao.
Oh, what a great episode. Oh my gosh. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Take a kiss where you want to. Mwah. Ciao, ciao.